Yo folks, and welcome to the channel. My name is Bork. In today's video, we'll be covering Gacha Weekly for the month of February. Just note there's going to be a lot of things releasing. We'll do game announcements and of course Genshin 2.5, what that entails. But let's go ahead and jump right into this. First things being is Black Rock Shooter 2022 coming out in JP. And just note this is going to be the movie and sort of an introduction to sort of the series. Black Rock Shooter is sort of describe it as Sans from Megalovania in some ways because of the eye thing, but technically Black Rock Shooter was before. This is going to be a very niche title for the JP series, but just note, this is what the movie looks like. Hopefully the game looks something similar. We'll see what's going to be happening. Just note that this game is going to be coming in 2023 for global, so we'll see. And then Apex Legends is going to be soft launching in certain regions. And not to mention, Dungeon Fighter is getting a releaser for South Korea in mobile. And just know, if you're not familiar with the Dungeon Fighter sort of series, it's an MMO RPG that's been released since I was a kid, like back in MapleStory in middle school. It's a really amazing game. Here's gonna be a look at sort of the anime sort of sequences. If you've never seen the game, it's very reminiscent to Streets of Rage. It's going to be a side-scroll like beat 'em up. So if you're familiar with any sort of beat 'em up title, you're going to be very familiar with how this game functions. So that's pretty cool for South Korea. Hopefully we get this in global. And then Activision, who is now owned by Microsoft, is going to be launching WoW for 2022. I don't know if that's actually going to be a thing, but that's kind of interesting. Alice Fiction is going to be entering CBT in JP. If you're wondering what this game looks like, here's going to be the trailer for it. I guess it's going to be a future-esque sort of world, and there's going to be a lot of different things happening in the game. I guess you're put in this setting where there's going to be monsters facing this futuristic utopia sort of deal. And these are the waifus that they're going to be fighting, or you're going to be essentially assisting so that the world doesn't become corrupt. You know, you got to protect their smiles right there. You know, you can't let them be sad like what you just saw. And then there's going to be S2B Life Unity Memories mobile game. This is going to be pretty interesting. They announced their open teaser website. I'll play the trailer for a little bit, but just know it's just going to be like sort of sequences where it's like, hey, there's going to be an anime, there's going to be a movie, there's going to be things to explore in this sort of series. So we'll see how this one goes. I believe the title is known as Establishment in Life, so we'll see how it goes. It's just a website, but And then there's going to be Velvet Code right here that's going to be coming out in JP specifically for the month of February. Just note, this game is going to be heavily inspired by Azure Lane. So if you ever wanted another sort of waifu collector and it's going to have battleships, then this is going to be a thing. I believe this series, like this sort of ship collecting waifu thing, originally started with Kantai Collection, if I'm quoting this correctly. Here's going to be a sort of preview on what the gameplay looks like. But obviously the waifus is what you're here for. The game looks amazing. It's a little bit different from the Azure Lane sort of look because it's going to be 3D first person perspective versus the Azure Lane where it's, you know, 2D and it's sort of like a bullet hell. But this one seems to be bullet hell as well. It looks pretty cool. I'm kind of excited for this one. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's going to be a Velvet Code right there. If you are in the JP region, you get to try this out very soon, or if you have queue up and all those things. But let's jump into Xeno Summoner CBT. That's going to be playable February 18th. Maybe it'll be playable by the time this video releases. Here's gonna be a quick look on some of the characters, and just know everything's in English, so this will probably be sort of globally available. It's a closed beta. That doesn't mean everyone gets to play. Only certain people who signed up, so if you signed up, cool to you, and I can't wait to sort of see what this looks like. I guess there's a human faction, there's different factions in the game. Maybe she's gonna be like a dark angel, who knows? But there's the goddess faction. We'll see. That's going to be a pretty cool title right there. And then there's going to be Attack on Titan Brave Order. Now just know I was able to download this game on BlueStacks via QApp and all the different things. So it's not IP banned yet. Maybe by the time this video releases, it will be IP banned. But if you want to try it out, it's going to be available. We'll see how this one goes. It's just your standard turn-based sort of RPG. I'll do a first impressions later in case you guys want it, but for the most part, it is a pretty generic one as far as I can tell when I first got my hooks onto it. Then we also have Harry Potter, the mobile game that is coming to us. So kind of interesting there. I did not see this one coming. It seems to be a card collector mixed in like with sort of this AFK arena or sort of, you know, RPG side scroller sort of look to it. we'll see how it goes. It's definitely a little bit different because you can see like the enemies are sort of roaming about and you have cards to cast. I think this one's going to be pretty promising, all things considered, and I haven't seen a Harry Potter game that performs well. Who knows if this is a gacha title or a mobile title? We'll see. And then we also got Heavens Burns Red that is announced or pretty much released. If you are in the TWCN region, you know, feel free to check this one out. I feel like this is going to be a top tier gacha, a top tier game to sort of play. Why do I say that? Because they pay attention to the little details, the way the colors essentially matching throughout the game, the way the intimate details sort of fall into the pictures. It's little details that make a game stand out from everything else. So as far as I'm concerned, I think Chaotic did a review on this one. I'm not entirely sure, but it's going to be a pretty cool one. Here's going to be a little bit look of the gameplay. It's going to be in a 3D setting. I think it's sort of like Roamer in some ways. Like you walk around, enable different fights as you're going through the game and discover different things. But as far as it goes, this one is announced and feel free to check it out if you are in CNTW if you can. Eden Zero is going to be coming out later in February 24th. If you're not sure why you feel familiar with Eden Zero, just note this is coming from the folks who brought you Fairy Tail and Rave Master. So if this guy looks like a combination between Gray and Natsu, there's definitely similarities because that is where this game is going to be drawing its main inspiration from. Just note this game is going to be by Konami, so we'll see how the monetization and stuff sort of goes. It's a Hiro Mashima game. I think that's the guy who brought us like Fairy Tail and all the different games, or not games, animes. So we'll see. Happy's in this one, and it's going to be a space adventure, and that looked like Lucy as well from Fairy Tail, but I know it's not her. We'll see it, we'll love it or hate it, I don't know. It looks pretty cool and I can't wait to check this one out later this month. And I believe this is going to be in EN or globally releasing, because you can see the menu is in English and it's going to have like this sort of top-down sort of view. Obviously it's going to be different from the way it looks in the trailer, but the waifus look amazing and I can't wait to essentially see how this one goes. Next thing being is Aeromancer is actually out. I did my first impressions on this game. It was a pretty lovely experience for me. Just note the way the gameplay sort of flows. You have like a dance and you perform the dance based off of where the arrows are pretty much going. You know, for the folks who didn't understand that, apologies on my first impressions. I just love this game. And just note that essentially you can have unlimited combinations of the way your waifus look. And not to mention you can create your own waifus in Aeromancer. So pretty cool game right there. And then we also have Dream Maester, the recollection of the Black Fairy. This game is going to be heavily inspired to me by Princess Connect, except it's going to have mainly husbando. So we'll see how this one goes. If you like the Princess Connect sort of series, then maybe you'll like this one. You can see like they have like the auto functionality, there's 2x speed, they're sort of attacking on their own. Just note that it's not like that side scrolling sort of deal, they're just gonna be staying on one side of each other. And then I'm guessing that when you tap them, they're gonna be casting their ultimates or skills or what have you. But if you enjoy, you know, this is Bondo looking game, I feel like you will definitely like this one. I think it's an interesting title, and I gotta show some love to those Bondos as always. Next thing is of course Genshin Impact 2.5 is going to be appearing with Yae Miko. Just note she is going to be known as more of a sub DPS sort of person, but with Genshin Impact, does it really matter? Just play who you want. Main Yae Miko if you love her. She's going to be a Ninetales sort of inspired character, and she's going to be using the Catalyst weapon. Honestly speaking, she looks absolutely amazing. If I was playing Genshin and if I had the money to afford it, I would definitely want to summon for Yae Miko. But we'll see how this one goes. Good luck for the folks pulling on Genshin Impact and trying to get Yae Miko, because I know she's going to be a clear-cut waifu where it doesn't matter whether she's good or not, you're going to pull for her because she looks absolutely stunning. Here's gonna be the info on good sub DPS by Siliconera, and then of course Genshin 2.5 weapon for Yae Miko. And just note, MiHoYo is a fantastic employer for essentially paying their employees a substantial sum compared to most game developers in CN. So they are 107% above average of most game companies paying their employers. Dollar, that's what I need. So make sure to note when we are getting like these amazing updates and all the things for MiHoYo's producing, they are taking care of their employees, which is fantastic because not a lot of game companies essentially treat their actual employees very well, because the game industry is kind of cutthroat in my opinion. Alright, next thing being is Fate Grand Order is going to be giving us a chocolate recipe, and of course, Bazette, a new SSR, is going to be announced for FGO as well. So that's pretty cool. Good luck to the folks summoning for Bazette, and Valentine's, also happy late Valentine's from me to you. Then we also have Blue Archive Summer Sky pre-reg is going to be coming up. Here's gonna be a quick look at the teaser. I'll be covering this one later. I can't wait. The Summer Sky event for Blue Archive. It looks pretty beautiful, and we'll see how this one goes. All right, we have a bunch of different waifus there, and I know there's an ongoing joke with this one. We'll talk about it later. And then Guardian Tales by Slayer's next collab is going to be appearing. In case you want to know, Slayer's is going to be looking like this, and Guardian Tales is a pretty fun game. So we'll see how this one goes. And then we have Xenogears and Final Fantasy Brave Exvius going to be getting a collaboration as well. So if you dig the Xenogears series, this is going to be coming from like Super Nintendo, quite an old one right there. I kind of want to see what the characters sort of look like. So here's going to be some of the characters for Xenogears. Honestly, why I like FFB so much is because this really captured like the pixel graphics that I sort of love. And honestly, Xenogears is a fantastic game. We'll see how this one goes. So if you enjoy it, if you like Xenogears, you like FFBE, this is going to be a one to look out for. Another things being is Jujutsu Kaisen is going to be getting an Alchemist Code collaboration. And with this, just know Alchemist Code has collaborated with Fate Stay Night and Seven Deadly Sins. So many games. So if you ever want to play Alchemist Code, it's going to be a Fire Emblem or more of like a turn-based tactical RPG if you're wondering what Alchemist Code is all about. And then a small guide for newer gacha players from the subreddits. You know, if you are new to gacha games, feel free to check this one out. Don't fall into the gambling tendencies. I just want to sneak this one in there. And then of course, first anniversary for Umamusume is going to be appearing. Just note there's going to be free summons from February 14th through March 29th. This is a very long first anniversary. So if you've ever wanted to do some free summons and all the things, make sure to check out Umamusume. It's only available in JP. Can't wait for it to come to global or other regions. But this game is the heavy hitter for pretty much JP gacha games. Really successful. If you don't know what it is, it's a simulation game. But let's jump into other things. Hello Kitty is going to be coming to Sinnoh Alice, which I thought was kind of interesting. I did not see this coming whatsoever. I thought Hello Kitty would be the last thing that would touch Sinnoh Alice, but there you go. For Sinnoh Alice players, you have Hello Kitty sort of franchise or Sanrio characters coming to y'all, and we'll see how this one goes. Honestly, it's something else in my opinion. And then we have War of the Visions getting its second anniversary. Feel free to check out their streams and stuff. There's gonna be a new unit. Congrats to the War of the Visions folks. And then Bravely Default surpasses 4 million players. Honestly, that's really crazy for this mobile title, but kind of normal in some ways as well because mobile hits more players. And then we have, oh my goodness, Netmarble saying that they're going to be implementing NFT games into stuff like A3 Stay Alive, Murph4, and all these different things. All I have to say with NFT games is if it benefits the players more so than the company, that's really good. Don't do microtransactions and all that stuff. Help players, you know, gain some money, sure. But if it doesn't do that, then stay the hell away is all I can say. Netmarble, please don't mess up the new games that you announced because they said specifically it's going to be coming to most of their 20 new games at overseas, and KR has banned NFTs. We'll see how this one goes. All right, but anyways, Brave Frontier is also going to be shut down on February 25th. This is Brave Frontier and Brave Frontier 2 in the Brave Frontier sort of series, so that is definitely a damper. Let's go back to some positive things. SAO and Idolmasters is getting a crossover. Ikitosen and High School DxD is going to be getting a collaboration, and then Final Fantasy Opera Omnia is going to be getting its 4th anniversary campaign. And then last but not least, we have Arc Knights getting a Vigilo short series. This is going to be a new event. And then this Go game, if you've never seen it before, this is a 6-year-old game in JP. A lot of people love it. Now, why am I talking about a Go gacha game on the channel right now? Because some of you are like, Bork, I don't care. Why is this? Why are we looking at this? It actually got a Demon Slayer collaboration, which is kind of insane. So here's going to be the Othello reversal. I believe that's what it's called, or Othellonia. Othellonia? I don't know how to say that. Regardless, it's a Go game, and Kimetsu no Yaiba is going to be appearing in the game. Honestly, just looking at the character designs, it looks really nice. Also, it sort of reminds me of Grand Summoners in some ways as well, or maybe like Lost Claudia. I'm not sure, but all these different characters are going to be there. Kanjuro, you know, Artanjiro, all the different characters. I don't know everyone's name. I just watched a Demon Slayer anime. It looks absolutely amazing. There's our favorite captain right there. Oh my goodness, he was so amazing in the anime. It's really cool to see all these characters. If they get implemented in this Othello game, that is really cool. I can't wait. Maybe they'll fight demons or what have you. But this is going to be a very ambitious sort of collaboration by this Go game that's coming sort of out of nowhere. But I just wanted to, you know, announce it in case you guys were like, is Demon Slayer Gacha game ever going to come? Well, they're working titles into existing gacha games, so maybe this will be a reason for it to appear. But anyways, if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Once we hit 30,000 subs, we're doing a giveaway. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a fantastic day. Really, if you sub, it would mean so much to me. I do so much research trying to gather all this information for all these mobile titles. And not to mention, Editor-san would greatly appreciate it because he works super hard. Thanks so much. You have yourself a great day once again. And I will see you guys in the next video.